would I be without? My goodness. Of delivery. Hey, beautiful people. What's going on? How y'all doing? Good morning. Look at this beautiful, beautiful Arizona, blue sky, sunshine, perfect God-created morning. My God. I get so much joy in my soul when I go for my walks in the morning. I just feel like these cloudless skies give me such it gives me a unlimiting thought every morning. To start my day with an unlimiting thought, to start my day like a hot air balloon that can go to space, because it ain't nothing blocking it. Ain't no clouds in the skies, ain't nothing I could just go. It is just infinite of what I can do with my unlimited life. What's up, y'all? We out here working our bodies, doing our thing, being grateful for this world, being grateful for what we are in this world. You know, it has been on my mind since my last lesson or whatever, that you know how much energy it takes for you to love you unconditionally, with no limit of love for yourself, if you are in constant comparison to something that you don't like? Do you know how much it takes, how much energy it takes for you to love yourself when you are constantly comparing yourself to something you can't fucking stand? For instance, my daddy ain't shit, my daddy wasn't shit, my daddy wasn't never shit, he didn't do this, blah, 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 blah. But then, someone says to you, oh man, I see your car, man. You just like your pops, dog, man. Your pops just always have nice cars like that. And you, yeah. They tell me I'm just a lot like him. Or your mother. For some odd reason, we put these falsities in our mind and speak them, that mothers are some kind of unicorn, some kind of gods, and then they disappoint you, or they don't support you, or they weren't there the way that you feel like they should have been there, and you curse them. She ain't this, she ain't that, she never was. But then somebody come over your house and say something like, ooh, you got some good taste. I see. Yeah, my mom, she always did it like that. I guess, you know, I'm so much like her. So in one breath, you so much like these people. And in another breath, you can't fucking stand these people. How does that work exactly? How do you compare yourself to something that you can't stand? And how are you going to love yourself unconditionally if you are comparing yourself to something or someone? Oh, there she is. I had to do that. But if you're constantly comparing yourself to something or someone that you absolutely desire to have no relationship with, you absolutely have no desire to be with these people or love these people, you have to stop doing that. I think India Irie said, I am not my hair. But I think the song should be, I am not my DNA. I am not my DNA. I am not what this world said I am or should be. I am not my DNA. And the more you love on the person that you can't stand, the more you're going to receive love for yourself. So I would ask that you sit in an undividable space and then learn who you are. An undividable space would just be a space of silence, because no matter what other kind of space you're in, you can divide it into categories. If you're at the dinner table, you can divide the conversation, you can divide the meal, you can divide the experience. Silence is the only thing is indivisible. You cannot divide silence. No matter how you try to divide it, you just get another attribute of silence or another wave of silence. You cannot divide silence. So I would encourage you to sit in an undividable space and work on that love that you have for you. Because how dare you compare yourself to something that you don't understand? Because it's not that you don't like that. You may be in disagreement with the actions of that person, that sister, that brother, that mom, that dad, that friend, that whatever. You may be in a disagreement, but you cannot judge something that you don't understand. And if you don't know who you are, what makes you think that they knew who they were? So they were living in their purpose all of their life, and in their purpose, you were just unwanted in that purpose. You have to realize that the more you look within yourself for the love, for whatever it is that you are missing from these other people, the more inward you go, the more love will come out. And then in a minute, you will know that you are not your DNA. You are not your circumstance. You are not the judger of these other people around you, because you are not in their shoes. And if you take time to do you, if you take time to sit in silence for you, if you take time to find what your purpose is in this life, you really won't have time for nobody else. It takes everything you have to fill your cup up. And you can't give until your cup is full. So you have to take some time, some months, some years, some time to know who you are before you can judge what they were. You cannot unconditionally love yourself in constant comparison to something you can't stand. So stop doing it. You are not your DNA. And that's what it is. Who are you? Do you know? They probably didn't know who they were. And they probably, if they're not with us anymore, if they have moved on, if this body that was born, we were born in this body, we will die. It is a natural thing to leave this body. So if they're no longer with us, and you have to forgive that. You have to let that go. And you're constantly beating yourself up in comparison to something that you didn't like. What is that about? Who are you? Do you know? What are you here for? That takes time. That takes time to know. Who are you? What are you here for? And what are you going to do with it? Now that right there don't take no time. Because once you get into the first two, the who am I, the what am I here for, the what am I going to do with it part, just kind of comes. Be easy, my folks. Stay sucker free.